to your historic Salt Lake City tour. My name is Dani, I'm the guide. You'll follow me over here. We have the Salt Lake City Cemetery, which was started in the early 1800s. However, in the late 1800s, there used to be a caretaker of the cemetery whose name was Jean Baptiste. Jean Baptiste lived in the house that is actually on the premises. We can't see it from this angle, but it's actually down there. It's still there today, the same house. So around the time, a man from further out west, was coming back to Salt Lake City to visit his brother's grave, whom he had missed the funeral for. So when he came back to Salt Lake City, he had his body dug up. And when they opened the casket, they found that he was naked. The body was naked and turned over. So that kind of thing started happening more and more frequently in the cemetery. Have you never heard the story? It happened more and more frequently in the cemetery, and they were trying to figure out where it was coming from. So they narrowed it down to Jean Baptiste, who was the caretaker. And so when they went to his house to confront him about it, they found boxes of stuff that he was grave digging off of people's bodies. They found clothes. There were curtains made out of people's clothes that he had stolen. So what had happened is they banished him to Antelope Island. Actually, an island that's further outside of Antelope Island, known as Fremont Island. It's a small island. You're not allowed to go there publicly. But they banished him there. So at the time, there was no there was no bridge between those islands and Salt Lake. So they got in a little boat and they rowed him out there. They left him there, and they left and came back, and they found that he had built like a little house, that he was living out there, he was doing fine. So they actually decided to put a ball and chain on his ankle to make his punishment more miserable. So they left, and then they came back, and he was gone. He had just vanished. So now, today, supposedly, on the shores of Fremont Island, people will see the ghost of Jean Baptiste wandering up and down.